Good morning, good morning, good morning. Monday morning, y'all. Let's get it started, y'all. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Let's get it bubbling this morning. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's stop it. Let's get it going again. Let's get it right. Let's get it going. Let's start it over. Let's get it going. Good morning. Monday morning, y'all, and everybody else in the building. Just off that Peloton. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. 5:31 a.m. in New York City. I'm in the building. Good morning, everybody. John the Chef. Good morning, brother.
You know, I used to be a player. Fly girl player and a heartbreaker. Love maker, backbreaker. But then I made a mistake. Yes, I fell in love with this ill chick.
Fresh off my little 15-minute warm-up ride. It's kind of nice, though.
My homies told me drop her because it would be to my benefit. She used to say I'd better quit hanging with those derelicts. Romancing is my thing, but I can swing with no scheming hoes. Wherever my beamer goes, you know that I'm driving. Surviving in the 90s is a must, so I trust that everyone listen up. As my vocals get thrust, I bust my rhymes first.
I already swept my floor. I already swept the floor. Let's go.
Ex-girls, ex-love.
I did all the house cleaning early. I cleaned at 4 o'clock in the morning. If you look at the crib now, I can show you the camera. My house is immaculate, spotless. Let's go, y'all.
Busted,
come on.
Let's discuss it. When I was with her, no trust.
Rest in peace to my brother Guru.
She saying the neighborhood highlights. Now I got my new girl, or as I say, my baby doll. But still, I'm getting crazy calls. My ex-girl.
Good morning, y'all. Let's go.
Don't want to play the field because I get loving at home base. Don't give me no long face. Just exit with grace. You and I are the past. C'est la vie. Much respect, girl. But now you're my ex-girl because I'm on with the next girl.
Good morning, everybody out in the building. Shout them out one time for your mind. Let's go. Monday morning yawning. Monday morning yawning. Let's get them.
Next.
Yeah. Yo, Black.
Oh, okay. I got you. Good morning, Julie.
All right. Begin. Yeah.
What up, y'all? What up? I'm saying, let's go. Got you.
Yeah. Yo, Black, it's time, word. Bird, it's timing. It's time, man. All right, begin.
Let's get some. Come on.
Yeah. Street.
We're going here today. We're doing a lot of this kind of stuff today. This morning, y'all.
I don't know how to start this.
I don't know how to start it. Let's go.
Rappers are monkey flipping with the funky rhythm I be kicking. Musician, inflicting composition of pain. I'm like Scarface, sniffing cocaine, holding an M16. See with the pen I'm extreme. Now, bullet holes left in my peak holes. I'm suited up in street clothes. Hand me a 9 and out the feet froze. Y'all know my stilo, with or without the hairplay. I keep some E and J sitting bent up in the stairway, or either on the corner.
Let's piss off all the Facebook music hacks. Let's go. Let's piss them off this morning.
About the last time the task force flipped, niggas be running through the block shoot.
Let's piss off all the Facebook hacks. Let's go. All the music hacks.
Was in the grass and I ran like a
Let's piss them off this morning.
What's going on, baby? 65 every day. Let's get right to it.
Good morning, everybody. Up to the building. What up, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Let's go.
Feel the vibe when it's bumping in my trap steps. The good fellas live on screen. Now you protect the black queen. Taking my time from the black on black.
Good morning.
The night mega hits. Victoria runs out of secrets. Doing trials and latex lifestyles, boo. I make you call my name and ask who with my
Good morning, April.
Brand new CL and Carmel living well and never cease to flip the hottest timepiece. Now the legend increased into a great, truly mecca made so in every escapade there's a panty raid. You know the rules.
Shaolin Monk, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Let's go. Good morning, Yona. We back. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. What's up?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'd like to know.
are you ready for start time?
Okay, well, let me kind of move these things around here, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what this is coming down through the audience.
Let's get something this
Look like
morning.
it just came out of the basement.
You know what I'm saying?
Your Highness, live from
Let's
the
go.
brick.
Work 'em up. Let's go.
Heat rock, bang your head, break the drums. Your Highness, live from the bricks, 1-6. Heat rock, bang your head, break the drums.
Good morning, let's go, y'all.
Your Highness, live from the bricks, 1-6. Heat rock, bang your head, break the drumstick. Your Highness, live from the bricks, 1-6. Heat rock.
We are now world famous. Let's go, y'all.
Verbal assault, rhymes ripple through the mix. Specialist with the smash hits, catch your flicks. Savagely attack this, flash with accurate aim. Spark the flame, burn this in proper vein. Ride tracks like the soul train, hold your brain in the state of shock. Make them drop, it's a cold game. I bang with the big boys, those who hold names. Amateurs get hung with their own gold chains. I swing
Julian
blades,
Ross, thank you very much.
grenades and get a true master. Way beyond your freshman and open now.
We are dedicated to this job. We will use our platform to speak truth to power. Let's go.
Check it out.
We speak truth to power. Let's go, y'all. Let's work.
I testified, my mama cried. People died when the other man lied.
Hey.
See the TV, listen to me, double trouble. I overhaul and I'm coming from the lower level. I'm taking damn, show enough stuff to grab like shirts and it hurts. With a neck
Yeah, you see that? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? TV station. You see what I did there? I shut them down.
Right.
We will speak truth to power. You know what it is. I'm in the building. This is the morning yawning. Thank you for joining me. Let's get it poppin' this morning, y'all. Let's go. Carla Williams, good morning. Good morning, Carla Williams. Let's go. Let's work. Come on.
Before a blunt, I take out my fronts, then I start the front. Matter of fact, I'll be on a manhunt. You couldn't catch me in the streets without a ton of reefer. That's like Malcolm X catching a jungle fever. King poetic, too much.
If they scared, I ain't never been scared. You can do whatever you can do to try to oppress me. You know I'm never gonna slow down. I ain't never shut down. I always with the war. You know what it is. I don't care if you a major label, if you in the streets, or if you out here on these internet streets trying to shut us down. Ain't gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, your boy Unk's in the building. Don't worry about it. We will never be oppressed. World famous. M.O.P. World famous. M.O.P. Let's go, y'all. Shout him out one time for your mind up in the building. Let's go. Monday morning yawning. 5:39 in the morning. Here. Let's go. Ha ha. Let's get it popping. I wonder if y'all was in that Freaknik, as any of y'all was in that Freaknik video. I know I was there.
Riggedy row, give me the gadzooks, here I go, so riggedy flame on, Geronimo, yo, I biggity burn, biggity rubber when I blabber, great, I biggity make no wonder twins, the actor, fake, it's crazy, I'm biggity breaking backs and busting lips.
Stop playing with me, man, stop playing, let's go.
I'm biggity make enough noise like bam bam,
Bam, bam.
just from bedrock, you get drop my sound.
What up, hip hop? This is the greatest era ever. I'm telling you right now. The level of variety in music, the energy. Come on, man. You cannot front on this era. Bonita, Nita. Let's go. All the girls was different. Like all the girls wasn't all the same with that whack, just one look they got now.
Being with you is a top priority. Ain't no need to question the authority.
Wow, good morning, everybody.
Chairman of the board, chief of affections. You got minds to sway in your direction. Hey,
1986 is a great year.
Something, you know. You need an apple bum, you gotta put me on.
I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you, give it to you, give it to you.
Well, excuse me, take a few minutes to mellow out. Big Daddy Kane is on the mic.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Got a minimum length of rhymes with strength and power. So listen to the man of the hour. Flow.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Good morning, everybody. Unction in the building. This is the morning yawning. How y'all doing?
Well, excuse me, take a few minutes
to mellow out.
Big Daddy Kane is on the mic,
and I'ma tell about
a minimum length of rhymes with strength and power. So listen to the man of
the hour.
Flow and go to a slow
tempo.
You know,
sing,
swing low,
and yo,
the show will go on.
And I'm transforming on stage like a con.
But I'm not animated like a cartoon. I'm for real, shooting lyrics like a harpoon.
Harpoon
across the crowd, the listeners and spectators.
So stay tuned with the smooth operator.
I'm so smooth.
Ain't nobody messing with this era. Ain't nobody messing with this era. Nobody messing with this. Nobody messing with this era. Wow. Nobody's messing with this era. First of all, good morning, everybody. Your boy Unction in the building. This is the morning emails, the morning yawning for those that don't know. Let's go, Brooklyn. She represents Queens. I was raised out in Brooklyn.
Make it hot. Bring the drama.
Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at?
Left chair. It's our first time together and I'm feeling kinda horny. Conventional methods of making love kinda bore me.
Wow.
I wanna knock your block off, get my rocks off.
That was for the ladies.
I'ma pull your big daddy and scream your name. Matter of fact, I can't wait for your candy rain.
So what you saying?
I got you, caller. I got
bring
you.
It live, make it last forever.
I got you, caller.
Daddy, slow down your flow. Put it on me like a G, baby. Nice and slow. I need a rough.
I got you, caller.
And a sack who ain't afraid to pull my hand, spank me from the back.
No doubt.
I'm the player that you're talking about.
But the thing that you get out.
I guarantee you,
shorty is real.
Baby, stick it out. Here comes
the man is still
doing it and doing it and doing it well.
What?
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
That's for the ladies.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
She represents Queens. She was raised out in Brooklyn.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Represent Queens. She was.
What up, Queens? Let's go.
Check the box.
Wow. Good morning, everybody. The morning yawning. Up in the building. Are we doing it this morning, this early? Are we getting up this early, setting it off this morning? Let's set it off a little bit. Let's set it off. Now, let's go for the G's this morning, all my G's. Let's go. Let's put that work in. Good morning. Happy birthday, April Leon. Happy birthday, my sister, April Leon. Good morning, sis. I hope all is well with you this morning. Let's go. Yo. Good morning, y'all. Let's go.
Yo. Rock him. Yo. The saga begins. My eyes is the photography lens. Properly push pens.
Beanie Long, good morning.
The harvest be grim. But yo, maybe tomorrow we win. If we follow the trends and keep count of the dollars we spend.
Wow.
I want a mahogany bed. I want.
Let's get some this morning. I'm in the building. get something this morning. Wow. This
For
is
me
the
triple two glory blast alone, masters and zones have to be sown. Every capacity blown. I'm internationally known. Yo, to all hail the honorable. Microphone phenomenal. Persona is.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's do that again. That energy is so right. That energy is so right. Where my day's mathematics at? Love you, April. Where's my today's mathematics? Where's my mathematics at, y'all? For all the nation of gods and earth this morning, let's go. Peace to the nation of gods and earth. Let's go, y'all. Wow.
Yo. Rock him, yo, the saga begins. My eyes is a photography lens. Properly push pens and show quality gems.
Wow.
The harvest be grim, but yo, maybe tomorrow we win. If we follow the trends and keep count of the dollars we spend. I want a mahogany bench, I want lottery in, I want property friends. Plus my hobby is skins. If I get sloppy and sin.
Wow.
But the thought to begin, watching my odyssey spin in a place where war be based on a true story. Trouble was made for me, triple two glory blast alone, masters and zones have to be sold. Every capacity blown. I'm internationally known. Yo, let's go. Hail the honorable. Microphone phenomenal. Persona is unvulnerable.
Trust me, son.
I continue like a star.
Come on, man.
Bringing you the drama to allow you that the chronicle is just begun.
Wow. Good morning. I'll tell you one thing, man. Sometimes you got to bring back the era. Because sometimes this thing is all wrong. Sometimes you just got to straighten it out. Well, you just got to straighten it out. That era is crazy. Sometimes you got to bring that era back. You got to bring the era back.
CL Smooth. And we're here to tell you that. And that's a fact, baby. Now you gonna pick some lyrics.
Julian Ross, salute to you, Julian. Much praise to you, brother.
Find chalk line and put the needle to the grind. Represent you on the grind, so you're not for the blind. Witness what I carry on, there's a further purpose. From how we do slam a few, then you wanna purchase. A dialogue of funk, you love to pop it in your trunk. I win more discipline than a Shaolin monk. Beat Rock and CL, well set to spark it. The powerful target to destroy the black market. But when you say black, listen, I don't know, you lose me. I guess another beggar can't afford to be choosy. I come to the maximum, artist on the major label.
Good morning, everybody. Unction the bell. Let's get some. You hear them SP12 drums? Pete Rock? Wow.
But here's what we gotta do. Tell them. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, this ain't the word. That's right, y'all.
I'm in a good space this morning. New York got a... Brooklyn's got a...
Yeah.
New York got a...
It's like that.
Wow. I'm loving it this morning. How y'all feeling this morning?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
How y'all feeling this morning?
1, 2, 3.
I'm staying right in this era right here. Let's go. I hope y'all don't have a problem with that.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wow. I'm staying right in this era this morning. I'm feeling this energy this morning. I'm feeling this energy this morning. This energy is right this morning. Oh. You tell me what you want to hear this morning, but I'm feeling this energy this morning. Whew. Good morning. I'm feeling good this morning. Let's go, y'all. Let's take it back. Let's take it back a little bit. I'm in the taking it back mode. Now listen, this one right here is for everybody who was ever at the Albee Square Mall, who was ever like, in anything like Brooklyn, if you know what the Decepticons was, if you know what NA Rock was, if you know what anything Brooklyn, you understand what it is. If you was around in some way, the original 50 Cent, that guy, if you was around any of those gangsters, if you know the gangsters in Brooklyn, this record is for y'all, right? Let's go. This for y'all.
You got Big Daddy Kane in the house. Juice Crew in the house. That's right. Hey, my name is Biz Marquis. We gonna rock a little something like this.
If you was in that space,
1, 2, what you gonna do? I say yes, y'all. Took a beat ball. Party having people guaranteed to be like having a ball.
Wow.
We gonna do a little something like this, I say.
If you was
I'm the rap
in that era, if you was in that era, you know what this is. If you was in that, rest in peace, Bismarck. If you knew what this is, if you used to hang out in Albany projects, if you used to hang out down in Fort Greene projects, you know what this is right here. This is Brooklyn personified.
Radio, TV, and even the press. Say what's the meaning of BAPORS?
But y'all, I'm going hard right now.
Without no doubt, means nobody wanna be that when you're down and out. Now when you're established and got a lot of money, everybody wanna be your buddy and honey. Like tall buildings, they call skyscrapers.
Can you feel it?
Nothing can save you, but this is the season of catching the vapors. And since I got time, what I'm gonna do is tell you how they spread it throughout
Rest
my
in peace, Biz Marquis.
TJ Swan, who sang on my records. Make the music nobody beats the biz. Now check it. Back in the day before this began, they used to try to talk to this girl named Fran. The type of female with fly Gucci wear, with big truck jewelry and extensions in her hair. When Swan tried to kick it, she always fast talking about, baby, please, you work for UPS.
Oh,
since he wasn't no type of big drug dealer, my man TJ Swan didn't.
Not a bad job either.
But now he trucks stolen with fly valley boots. Rough leather fashion and tough silk suits.
Hey.
Now she stopped fronting and wants to speak and be coming to all the shows every single weekend. To get his deeper number, she be begging please. Dying for the day to get skis. She caught the vapors.
Wow.
She caught the vapors.
Let's give today's mathematics. Peace to the nation of gods and earth. Your boy Calais is not a member of the nation of gods and earth, but I say peace to you, and we respect and love all beliefs and cultures. Today's mathematics is knowledge God, all being born to build and destroy. Thank you, Ja the Chef, for giving us the message this morning to the nation of gods and earth. Thank you, Ja. Oh yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's the blast. That's the greatest era, yo. I don't care what anybody say. That is the greatest years of ciphers. That's right. We do this in the morning for you guys because we love y'all. Oh, listen. Happy birthday to my sister April Leon. Let me give my morning shout outs on this side of the page before I get back to my stories and conversations and cut off the MOP page. Well, let's give them the shout outs this morning. DJ Flow Nice, good morning. Julian Ross, good morning. April Leon, happy birthday, my sister. I love you. Good morning. June Mega Ayamat, good morning. Antonio Hershey Fenner, good morning. Yes, Ja the Chef, good morning, of course. Carla Williams, good morning. Thank you for joining us, my sister. All right. Let me see who else is here. Yes. Bartomi Zwaski, mic check 1. There you go. Good to see you. Also, yes, Julian. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Carla Williams, good morning, everybody. In about 5 minutes, we go over to the MOP page, and you guys get to enjoy that. I mean, we leave the MOP page, and we go back to, this is a morning, a love fest in the morning, so we have a good time this morning, and we enjoy ourselves. And we play a little nice old school hip hop. You know, Unc does this in the morning. This is my labor of love. You know what I'm saying? We do it right. A little Slick Rick. I'm in the mood for a little Slick Rick a little bit this morning. How y'all feeling about Slick Rick?
Young world is yours.
A little slick Rick this morning.
It may cause concern. It's
I gotta tell you, man.
That once was strong, but you to society, even that's turned wrong. Times have changed. Hey, it's cool to look bummy and be.
All right, my MOP page. I'll see y'all later. We'll be back.
Who put you on this earth, huh?
Who loved you since your birth?
Reward is a brainwashed kid going.
Wow.
Young little girls already
Have a child.
Hey, now
You look.
brain.
Wow. Hurting and the shame.
And your mommy can't cope. Hey, little kids don't follow these dope.
I'm giving
Your life don't drool.
I'm giving y'all a little blast of the past right now. Some of the greatest era of music you'll ever hear, and you won't hear it again. These are originals. Shout them out. Hip hop is live.
Be strong, scream, whoopee-doo.
Go for yours, cause dreams come true.
And you'll make your mommy so proud of you too. And this is a message that the ruler Rick drew, and it's true.
You know what?
James Banks, good morning. All right, MOP page, I'll see y'all later.
Hey, Mr. Big. Hey, don't you look
Fly.
Don't have an
My. Wow. I'll see my MOPs later. Wow. I love y'all, man. World famous MOP. That's weird, man. My numbers stay up even now. That's a testament to y'all. All right, we see y'all later. I want to say one thing though. Before
you see, you're acting like this urge is demanding. I'm always up. Have some understanding. Society's a weak excuse for a man. It's time for the now it's time to take the.
Shout out to my man Vance Wright.
The Lord still shines on you. He guides you, and he watched you as you grew. Past the age of a little child, that's true. But folks your age don't act like you do. So be mature and put the boy to a halt. And if you're over 18, I wish you'd act like an adult. Don't live in a world of hate. Pull yourself together and get yourself straight. Men don't steal. Hey, most don't borrow. And if you smoke crack, your kids will smoke crack tomorrow. So be more mature. And kids, do your chores. Make your own money. Hey, be proud, that's yours. You know why? Cause that's a man. That's brains, no spite. Stay out of trouble when it comes inside.
Righteous laws is overdue.
Cause righteous laws are
overdue.
And this is
that the ruler brings true.
And it's true.
Wow.
Hey, young world, the world is yours. Hey, young world.
Hey, it's Dolly. If you'd like to listen to the show, I know how to get it. I'll be through love you and good luck. Bye.
Love you too, monkey. Welcome to the Raw Perspective with your host, the incomparable Uncle Lays, a.k.a. Lays Elliott,
nice.
a.k.a. Lazy Lays from the world famous, kicking it with you in topics about health, politics, music, art, culture, and now, for your host, the legendary Uncle Lays.
Hey, yo. What's up, y'all? It's your boy.
Hey, yo, Lays is rock. Get in there and tell the people what it is, man. Let them know what this thing is all about.
Oh, come on, man.
The information.
That's what we do. Give you the information, the inspiration, and the invitation. Good morning, everybody. I'm in the building. This is the morning emails, morning yawning as we talk about this. You guys know this. You know the drill. We've been here before, and we're gonna be here again as long as God's green earth. First of all, a big shout out to my sister. I love her dearly. My sister, my Aries sister, April Leon. Though I'm a Taurus. I'm right on the cuff. My birthday's coming up in a couple days. But shout out my sister, April Leon. I love you dearly. That is such a great thing. And she's been on my mind a lot lately. And we're going to get together soon. And we're going to spend some time together. So it's going to be great. So I'm really happy for April Leon. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're feeling well. That's what I want. That's what I care about. I hope you're having a good day, and I hope you're feeling well, man. Thank you, April Leon. These are people that I care about, and she is an amazing individual and a very brilliant educator. And thank you, April Leon. And we definitely want to get you on the right path I know you're doing some great work over there at Liberation, and I definitely want to continue you doing your work, but also there are things that I think you want to get done, and I'm definitely want to help you get there. So shout out to my sister April. Yo, let's give my shout outs this morning, everybody. Unks in the building. Let's go. Keno Boomer Smith. What up, Keno? Long time, brother. I hope you're doing well. Dana Scary, good morning. Gary PG Bond. What up, boy? Leon Harris, good morning. Said Brooklyn, what's up? La Bugatti, good morning. Chef Lo. Anastasia, Candace Julie, good morning, beautiful. Chris Broadway, Ramiro, Doreen Coxon, what up, little mama? I see you with Albie Shaw, man. He's looking better now, thank you. Paul Tomasi, good morning, good morning. Cindy Ozuna Martinez, good morning. David Masi, good morning. Avery Belton, good morning, good morning, good morning. Robin Williams, good morning. Alex Rojas, good morning. Regardless Muja, good morning. Naquan Boyd Thomas, good morning, everybody. Christian Chris Kuhn, good morning. Janine Abreu, good morning. Vivian Claudio Zooks, good morning. Peter Nara, good morning. Jesse Johnson, good morning. Let's go. Tony Shellman, good morning, Shellmania. And Andrea Garcia Molina, all the way from Zaragoza, Spain. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, everybody. Unks in the building. This was a nice one. The music was nice this morning. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself this morning. I try to give y'all different musics in the morning. I'll try to get y'all going. And before I get started, let me just give y'all some props. Shout out to Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. I get to see the people on the show in the morning from different places. And normally, and to be honest with you, normally my MOP, so, to be fair, I take out the MOP page because my numbers inflate, because we have such a large audience, MOP, shout out to the world famous MOP. We put the work in, I'm a part of that. We put that work in. We have a large audience and a lot of people come on and they come in and check in. They stay for like a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes. And they, some look for Billy of Fame, or then they see me, and some people are like, yo, what up, Lays? What's going on? And then they start to hang around on the MOP page and because they enjoy the show. Thanks to them. But I felt like I was kind of cheating a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was giving a good message. So I would leave the MOP page and just try to, come back to it when I talked about relevant music stuff pertaining to hip hop. But and then I used to see a drop of my numbers. My numbers would drop, and I would, I feel a little way about that. But I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. But let me tell you something. The numbers now, even though the MOP numbers inflate, but these numbers, they come from the MOP page. They go to YouTube. The numbers continue to stay up. Thank y'all. Thank you. Because I'm delivering a message in the morning, and it's not a conventional message. It's not the message that you expect to hear from a hip hop dude. This is a grown man talking about the lives of our children and our people and things that affect our African American, Black and brown communities, our Hispanic communities, our poor white communities, and anything from a hip hop perspective. So the fact that y'all show me that much love, I appreciate it in the morning. Yeah, that gives me the vitamin to get up and do this in the morning. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is no robbery to tell y'all that I really feel that I'm humbled by it. But anyway, let's get back to the work this morning because let's stay in the zone. Let me give you blackfacts.com. Now listen, the Black Facts, let me put some music on for the blackfacts.com this morning. A little Mecca and the Soul Brothers. Let's go. For the Black Facts. Let's get that going this morning. All right, we got Black Facts this morning. Let's keep it in the hip hop zone this morning. I got a good one for y'all this morning. Black Facts is so that you guys don't ever forget your history. And we talk about people that you may not hear about on the radio because they've set it up that we only hear about rappers. So we need to talk about what's real. Black Facts, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But April 17, 1990, Ralph Abernathy passed away. That was Ralph Abernathy. Now, for those that don't know, he was a pastor and civil rights leader who was Martin Luther King's chief aide and closest associate during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and the 1960s. He ordained a Baptist minister in 1948 and preached his first sermon on Mother's Day in 1950. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in mathematics. Ralph Abernathy. I like that mathematics, by the way. After the arrest of Rosa Parks on December 1st, 1955, Abernathy collaborated with the King to create the Montgomery Improvement Association, MIA, which organized the Montgomery bus boycott. Hit him in the pockets. The King-Abernathy partnership spearheaded successful nonviolent movements in many cities. They journeyed together, often sharing the same hotel rooms and leisure times with their wives and children, family, and friends. This is Martin Luther King's right-hand man. They were both jailed 17 times together for their involvement in the movement. After assassination of Martin Luther King in 1968, the leadership of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference was transferred to Ralph Abernathy, who presided until 1977. For more Black Facts, go to blackfacts.com. Let history be no mystery. Then it will not repeat itself. We are in a bad state. So I got bad news this morning. So I want to get through it this morning. So let me get through my bad news this morning so everybody knows what's happening. A really bad story. So, before I get to my bad story, let me just have a conversation about a couple of good things. All right, let's talk about the good things. One is this right here. This is called an abacus. Now, I'm working on something called an abacus program. I'm not going to tell y'all the whole story about what I'm working on. Because sometimes, good morning, James. Good morning. This is an abacus. Now, I bought this. I'm teaching my son how to use it, and I'm working on it myself. I'm learning how to use it myself. This is a mathematical tool that was since the 2nd century. It was basically in Africa and in China and in Greece back in the BC days. And we're working on this abacus. I'm working on a program right now in Detroit. We're putting it together right now. I don't want to give you too many details. And I'm hoping that if I invite you to be a part of this program, we don't put it on the internet until the program is out. Okay. Thank you very much. People crazy. just keep it on. Just keep it down, okay? The enemy is out there. The enemy does not want our children to be successful, okay? So let's pay attention and move strategically and follow how I'm doing this here. I'm talking about this because I want you guys to start to understand what this is, because our kids don't know what this is. All right? And we need to teach them how to use this. This will bring up your math scores in your school, critical thinking, and all those things. So please, pay attention to this, stay focused on this, and I'll give you more details as we come down the line. People are crazy. What are you doing? People be wilding. Yo, chill. Let us, All right, anyway, that's so funny. April Leo, happy birthday. Anyway, so it's so funny as shit. Anyway, so don't make me regret it. Don't make me regret it. I'm an open guy. I try to be nice. I want everybody to shine. So, I don't care about shining. Listen, if I want, this is my first time you guys get to know me. I've been in this game for 35 years behind a lot of the biggest things that happen in this game, but you never saw me. You didn't know me. You only know of me. Or you may have heard something that I've done, but you don't know me. I never really took the limelight. This is the first time because I wanted to speak in my own voice. But I'm not a guy that looks for shine, if you understand what I'm saying. But I figure, you know what? If you're going to tell your story, you better tell your story. So, or else somebody will tell a story for you. You know what I'm saying? So Billy and Fame encouraged me to continue to do this. So I do it because my boy's like, nah, ladies, you got to talk because you got so much to talk about. So anyway, for sometimes, boy, that shine is a motherfucker, boy. That's it. You be wanting that shit. Just easy. Just pull back. Okay. Pull back. Good morning, TD. Anyway, I got a bad story. So I wanted to lighten it up, but I got to tell you the story this morning. I do not want to tell you this story, but this is a tough story because it's not being carried by the major news outlets, and so let me just give it to you. I don't know if you heard about this. And a teenager was shot by a homeowner after going to the wrong house to pick up his siblings in Kansas City. That's the way that the mainstream media framed this story. But let me tell you what this is. The young man's name was, 16-year-old name was Ralph Yall in Kansas City, Missouri. He went to pick up his younger brothers and sisters, and he knocked on the neighbor's door. I'm going to give you the story. I'm not going to give you the CNN, Fox News version of the story, who's protecting the homeowner. So when he knocked on the man's door, the man just shot him right through the door. That's how it happened. You want to hear it happen? Here's how it happened. And then on top of him shooting the 16-year-old boy, he came back outside, and after he went out and saw the boy there lying on the ground being shot, he shot him again, shot the boy again, shot him twice. Now, they picked him up. The boy is alive, thank God, and in stable condition, but they picked him up, and the boy, yes. He was picking up his twin brothers. Exactly, Tanya. You know what, Tanya? I want you to talk about this morning. I'm going to bring Tanya Hazelhurst. I don't know if you can, but let's see if I can bring my sister Tanya Hazelhurst Dawkins in here on this morning. Now, let me explain something to you. This is such a terrible story. TD, good morning, TD Lovin. Good morning, my sister. I hate to start this off in the morning, but like this is our children, so we got to talk about this. This is a very important story, and we got to pay attention to this because this is going to go further. And if we don't speak about it, then you notice that they try to wash this away. They try to wash it under the rug here because for some reason. But we're going to get right to the story now. TD, tell me about the story because you know all about this. Now, the boy was going to pick his twin brothers up.
Yeah, he was going to, and they're obviously they're quite younger than him. They're like his little brothers.
Yeah, babies. Yeah.
So the address is similar, right? It's like I don't know, West 115th Street or 1 West 15th.
He made a mistake. The boy made a mistake and knocked on. He didn't break in the man's house. He just knocked on the door. Not rang the bell.
He didn't knock on the door. He rang the bell.
Wow.
He rang the bell. He didn't knock on the door. He rang the bell.
Wow. Okay.
And the man didn't even say you're at the wrong house or, whatever. He just literally just shot the boy through the door. And then I don't know if he got shot in the head when he shot through the door, but he came back outside and the boy's bleeding out and then shoots him to make sure that he's dead. So this young man is actually fighting for his life.
Right.
The authorities have said it's a miracle that he's even alive.
Wow. Good morning, Dr.
And
Denise.
apparently he's from Liberia.
He's from a young African boy from Liberia. For those that don't know, Liberia is the African.
I don't know if he's American born, but I think the family's from Liberia. This kid plays in an orchestra.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Highly
before you go there, let me just before you go there because I understand what you're doing. I know that we have to do this because we have to explain the merits of our children sometimes, and I hate that we have to do that. And I know that we're doing. I know where your intention is, but let me just stop right there and just talk about the fact that this was a 16-year-old, one of our children, first and foremost. Yeah. I don't care what the kid is. I don't care what he did. I don't care what the kid's life was. I don't care if the kid smoked reefer. I don't care if the kid had trouble.
No. It has nothing. Right.
I want to be clear on that. I know where you're coming from, T.
I agree.
Absolutely. I want to be clear on that.
Nobody deserves to darn near lose their life for ringing the wrong doorbell.
Right. Exactly. I don't care who it is.
It doesn't matter who. It could have been somebody's grandmother. It could have been anybody. It could have been you. It could have been I. It could have been anybody. You ring somebody's doorbell and you're not even. The gentleman didn't even say, hey, I think you have the wrong.
Now
you have the wrong.
You had the nothing. He said nothing. Who is it? Nothing. Hello, boom. Now let's talk about who the child is. T. Now give us a rundown on who this child is.
Oh yes, he's a highly intelligent kid. He plays I forgot which instrument. I don't know if it's the trumpet. He plays one of the horns.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's saxophone.
He's in the orchestra. He's a scholar.
But he's in an orchestra.
Right.
Yeah, he's in orchestra.
He's an immigrant from Africa, from Liberia.
His family, either him or his family, they're from Liberia.
Yeah.
And everyone, everyone has. You can see he's a sweet spirit. No one has anything bad to say about this kid.
Right.
He had plans to go to Stanford University.
Stanford University, Ivy League college. Let's go. Keep going.
Yeah. So, this kid is somebody who all he did was what his parents asked him to do. Can you go pick up your brothers?
Right. A dutiful son. He was a dutiful son. It. That's all he was doing his duty as a son. I say that because we all have children, right, that we are doing our best with. Now, April Leon is in a transfer school, right? And she has a lot of kids who live in the projects in Coney Island that are suffering, that really kind of have no real shot. Like it's almost like you really know it's hard to help them. You can only, like April's space. I don't want to bring April Leon into the conversation as like it's her, but just say some schools in New York City were places where we're just trying to save the lives of children. So let me take her out of it. Yeah, happy birthday, April. We're trying to save the lives of children. And then some spaces, we have other people who are you, Dr. D. Nice, myself, and other parents that are trying to, like my brother, Dr. Dennis McKeezy, whose son just went to Hampton University, who are working hard to move their children forward, not just save their lives, but move their children forward in society. And what's happening is, what we've noticed is that it seems to me that they're taking them all like they're just saying, we don't care if it's brown, it's wrong. If it's black, it's wrong. And shoot first, black later. Black questions later. Shoot first, black questions later.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying.
I can tell you every parent and every black person, this affects black people when you see things like this. You're like,
absolutely.
My God.
Absolutely.
My God, you mean to tell me if I ring the wrong doorbell,
right,
I could lose my life?
Lose my life for ringing the wrong doorbell. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I walk into my place. Sometimes, like I remember I used to come home from Europe and I would be exhausted, right? And, I can't see, right? So sometimes I would be so tired coming in. And one day I walked into my neighbor's house right above me. I walked by accident. I was like, oh man, I'm groggy. And it looked strange. I was like, and once I realized I was in the wrong crowd, oh my God, I backed out and the lady came out and I said, I'm so sorry, miss. I had on a black hoodie like I had today. I'm just getting off the plane. And when I traveled on a plane from Europe, I got on a hoodie, a sweatsuit. I don't look like, I don't look like a businessman. I'm just coming from a hip hop tour and I'm getting off the plane. And she immediately, she said, but I was like, hey, I'm sorry. And I walked out the door. At the end of the day, she could have shot me. She could have shot me and would not have gone to jail for it, even though I walked into the wrong place. This is crazy.
What's sad about this country? And it's not just, we can't even be afforded the humanity of making mistakes that others can, period.
Just the humanity. That's the thing. You see, CT, this is what you're nailing it. So let me bring into my conversation where I was last week. So last week I had two very big meetings. And one of the meetings I was at the Harvard Club last week, and I sat down. And the only reason I'm bringing this up, because I don't really like to talk about too much of the stuff that I'm working behind the scenes until I get it done. But I was sitting with some very powerful people at the Harvard Club last week. And we were talking about doing programs. And one of the guys said to me, and I'm not going to say his name, he was very clear. He said, the mistake that we made in this country, but why America is not exceptional anymore. We'll talk about that. I know about that story too a little bit, Ja. The mistake is that we spent time putting black boys in prison, aiming at them at prison, as opposed to aiming in math and sciences and STEM and teaching them to be assets. Because what makes America exceptional is our African American people. The black people in this country make America exceptional. When you talk about American exceptionalism, that comes from us. We created that exceptionalism. Black people created pop culture. They created urban culture. Absolutely. All the stuff that came out of slavery is exceptionalism that was created by black people in this country, copied by white people in this country.
Absolutely.
They didn't even have pop culture in this country. They in the 1800s, they had Europeans that was coming over here, bringing European stuff over here, but they didn't, which came from Africa anyway, if you really want to have this conversation. But at the end of the day, the exceptionalists came with gospel music, soul music, jazz, rock and roll, R&B, country music, R&B, minstrel music. All that was taken from the oppression of black people.
Let me tell you something. Wow. Think about all of the inventions that came out of the black community.
Right.
That everyone, that people don't even know, that were patented or not patented.
The vaccine. The vaccine was a slave coming from Europe, from Africa. It was invented by a slave in Africa. That's the way that they used to get rid of sickness. They would take the sickness and give you the sickness, and then once your body healed from the sickness, then you were vaccinated. That came from slavery, Africa. But anyway, let me just go to this place. So when I spoke to the guy, the very intelligent man from Harvard, he recognized. He said, "Wait a minute, we have lost our asset." And now we are facing a situation where we've been educating the Chinese and Eastern European, Chinese, and East Indian people to where they have now lined up against America and has now taken over to the point where America, if America went to war today, they would lose the war. They would lose it.
That's what. You just said a very crucial point.
Right.
Think about it. Chinese, even if they live in the United States, their loyalty is to China. It's the European who's living here. Their loyalty is to their European country.
They're not hearing you, T. They're not hearing you. They say you're so soft that they can't even hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying that the Chinese that are here, their loyalty is to China.
Right, exactly.
The Europeans that are here, their loyalty is from wherever they come from, and Indians as well. We have Indian communities here in where I live in North Carolina that they're running the show, okay?
Right.
And it's amazing. I'm like, wow.
Because they're bringing their culture here and their culture is bigger than their patriotism. So the Chinese culture is here. The Indian culture is here. So they bring their culture here. And think about black people. We don't got no culture. Our culture was everything that was done bad to us becomes our culture. The bad food, like soul food was just food that was bad food that became our culture. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no culture. Not black Americans.
No. I want to disagree with that. We do have a culture.
What's our culture?
We do have a culture.
What is it?
Our culture, like you said, the music, the food, the inventions, our contributions to America as blacks has been great. But let me explain something to you. I want to go back to the whole thing. We have a stake in this country because Africa, unfortunately, it's our origin, but it's not our home, right? And we have a stake in America. Instead of America building up black people who we want to be here, this is where our ancestors were, this is where we want to be. I'm not saying some black people won't go back to Africa, but a majority of black people in the West are going to stay in the West. So it would behoove America to build us up because we have a stake here. This is where your history is, right? Our history is on this side of the world. These are the people that they come in, America has made China rich, right? We've done all of these things that we don't realize. It's like, I tell you, racism is the cancer.
But T, I'm listening to you, but you haven't told us what our culture is. What is the Black American culture?
Our culture, the Black American culture, it's our food, it's our music, it is our deep history. It could even, let's go back to the Black universities. Let's go back to the inventions that we created that kept it good. So we do have a culture. The cookout, you know, as we say, the cookout. The cookout is not just a cookout. The cookout is a cultural experience.
Okay. See, all that stuff to me is not culture. What that is coping. There's a difference between culture and coping. Everything that we do is a coping from, because when you talk about African culture, right? When you talk about culture through victory, if you go to Africa and you go to some of these countries like Botswana, whatever the case, they have culture that go hundreds and hundreds and almost thousands of years of culture. They have ritualistic culture that was built out of their stock. The warriors had a passage. The women had a passage. There was a culture built out of that.
I understand.
Right.
I understand, but it's like, make it like, okay, say, all right, being from Jamaica, right?
Right.
We have a culture, but our culture also came out of our slave experience.
Right.
You make Jamaican oxtails. Oh, people say oxtails is so great. Now white people love oxtails, and you have to pay $18 a pound. Oxtails is what the scraps.
Yeah, the scraps.
We made. We made scraps. We made something pleasurable out of something that wasn't pleasurable.
Right.
And that is the experience of all people of African descent, whether you're from the United States, the Caribbean, South America, Central America, even in Mexico. Okay?
So let me agree then with you that the cultures come from coping, because in Irish culture, the potato farmers, the potato famine, and all of the people that comes out of coping comes out of culture. But it's not from a space of when we talk about Africanism and how on the continent, a lot of cultures came out of victory. It came out of, winning. Like they have traditions and culture. Our culture comes out of whatever they was given us. We had to make the best out of it. That's what I mean by that.
Right. Our culture came out of the best. Like even.
It's a difference without a distinction. I get it.
Exactly. Even reggae music. Reggae music is not African in percent. Reggae music came out of. It has African roots, but it came out of our slave experience.
Okay.
On the island. That's where it came from. We wouldn't have. We wouldn't even have reggae music had we not had slavery. Tell the truth. You listen to these stories, Redemption Song and all these other, songs. If you hear them, we wouldn't have had it without.
Yeah, but we're creative people. We came up with something because that's just who we are. Even if let's say there's no diaspora, like there's no movement to Africa, there's no colonialism. African people, we would have continued to evolve and develop, and we would have had because the spirit of the people is what we are. We are spirited people. Salsa music, all that kind of stuff, all comes from Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality.
It all comes from there, but it came out of our experience. So all these things are experiential culture, if that's the correct word,
Right,
experiential. Okay. We created a culture out of the experience.
Whatever happened to us, we created it because we look to create culture. You understand? That's what we look to do. We look to bind together and create country because we've so used to finding.
That's in the spirit of a human.
Yeah,
God put that in the spirit of a human. Like you said, salsa music. You think that just came? No, that came from the slaves. You know, the same thing with the reggae music. That's ska, whatever. That came from the descendants of the slaves.
And to all my Spanish people out there who don't want to accept the fact that they black, your salsa music comes from Africa. I just want to throw that at you.
Absolutely.
I just want to throw that at you.
Absolutely.
So anyways, I was talking to the guy from Harvard, and he said the problem is American exceptional. We've lost the exceptionalists because we did not utilize our most valuable asset, the African American descendant. We didn't utilize that asset, and we have to find ways to utilize the asset, stop making jail cells, which is the point I'm making, and really get our kids back to math and sciences and stuff like that, so they can be a part of the next evolution of society. We've given it away to China and other people.
You know what it reminds me of? It's sort of like 9/11.
Right.
I said to myself, my God, this country is so busy worrying about Black people being a problem. This entire community, and there's nothing against,
the Arab community. But remember, the Arab people, no disrespect to the Arab people who are, with all due respect, a lot of our Arab brothers and sisters are not purely African. They are from Caucasian descent. Some of the Arabs in this world, even though they reside in Africa, I'm telling you the truth. And also people from Persia and all these different places around the world, they hate America. They hate them. They hate America for whatever reason.
Those gentlemen that came here, their children went to school for free.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
They were living in our communities. Nobody was paying them any attention. They're taking flying lessons, learning how to turn the plane upside down or sideways, and nobody questioned them, right? Now, if it was Tyrone and you know what I'm saying, and Tyler Ray trying to do stuff like that, a red flag to go up. This is the sickness and the cancer of racism.
Yeah.
It causes you to be so blind to the point where it's stupidity. I said, so you mean to tell me
to where they're shooting little boys and just ringing the doorbell, shooting little boys, and you're desensitized to it. We should be up and on. Had that been a little white girl he shot, the entire country would have been on fire behind us.
My gosh. Oh my gosh.
It would have been on fire. It would have been on fire. It would have been on fire.
You know what is sad about America? And I guess, it's true, it bothers me. I said, wow. Our race is something that we do not choose. Our race is actually 2% of our DNA. That's it. 2% of our DNA. And you mean to tell me that you can place the value of an entire human being off of 2% of your DNA? And I pray for this country. America has got to straighten out this racism thing. It's a cancer, and it's going, listen to me, my brother, it's going to be the very thing that brings this country down.
I believe you. I believe you.
It's going to be the very thing, because while we're busy, we got to put the black people in prison. We have to make sure that everybody else is ready for the takeover.
And but I'm gonna let you say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing before you go. Yeah, the Chinese, we know what's happened. The Chinese, Russia, North Korea, Iran, even Egypt, where we're giving them money and they're buying and they sending the money to Russia. All this stuff. They just found that out, right? But let me explain something to you. Without black people, this country will not survive. They need to fix the problem. Their problem with African American people in this country, or this country is doomed. They will not survive unless they repent and figure out how to treat the black people right. And then black people got to learn how to treat each other right. Exactly. Because I said to my boy the other day, I said, the problem in this country, and I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you, the problem in this country is that even black people don't want to see black people make it. You notice this thing right here? You can't get rich you will never get rich from a black person. If a black person is rich, you can get rich. But if a white man rich, he'll make the black man around him rich. I'll give you a perfect example. Puffy, Pete Diddy, and Jimmy Iovine. All right. Now listen, I'm not nothing against those guys, but let's just look at it from a holistic point of view. Look at all the people them around Puffy, him rich, right? How many of them rich around Puffy, right? But look at Jimmy Iovine then. How many of them rich around you? Dr. Dre, Suge Knight, Snoop Dogg, all it 50 Cent, Eminem, all these people rich around them, right? How many of them people rich around Puffy? And I don't want to be political in the music business, but if you're black, you can't get rich around a black. A black man can't see another man rich outside of his own purview. That's just what it is. That is just a problem. And I'm sorry to use Puffy as an example because I don't really know what I'm talking about. I don't know what's going on in Puffy's inner circle. But at the end of the day, the bottom line of what I'm saying to you is, let me take that back. Black can't see no black man richer than them. But a white man know if he empower enough black men, he gives himself protection. Ooh, Jesus.
That was a word right there. That was a word right there.
All right, T. Let me let you go before I get in trouble, because I'm getting in trouble. I'm being provocative. I'm already being provocative.
But it's true what you're saying, because think about it. Like, you can't think about it. If we have a war, who's going to be fighting? You got 2 million men locked up in prison.
Yep.
And they've been beat down. And I'm saying to myself, where is the loyalty? That was the problem back in the day when they had World War I, World War II. You mistreat the black citizen, but then you expect them to go and fight a war for you. Because let me tell you something. If we don't think something is not going to pop off, we have another thing coming.
Black men like Clarence Thomas, he loved the white man much than he loved himself.
Well, that comes from his own issues with himself as a person. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. America better wake up. We have to wake up. We have to wake up. We are walking around with blinders on.
Good morning,
and
Toby.
We are focused on the wrong thing.
We are focused on the wrong thing.
The right stuff.
That's why we're focusing on math and sciences and stuff like that. We're gonna try to save our own babies because they're not gonna save our babies. We have to save our babies. Stop looking to them to save our babies. No disrespect to those people like the Al Sharpton's Action Network, all the people. But because they are saving their babies based on what white people believe should be, as opposed to saying we need to be exceptional in our own space. Hey, listen, T, I gotta go because I'm gonna get in trouble. I love you, sis. Talk to you later.
Love you.
I'm getting in trouble this morning.
I'm lost.
I'm getting in trouble this morning. I'm getting in trouble. I'm telling you, you can't see. Listen, I mean, and let me apologize because I don't want to put somebody's name in there. You know what I'm saying? But it is true. We are psychologically damaged as a black people. We are so psychologically damaged that we can't even see another black man becoming more successful than us. Whereas in some spaces where the white guy will surround himself and empower black people around him, there gives him a line of protection. Whereas we look at it by empowering the black man around us, we look at it as a threat. You understand? Yeah, I don't care. Listen, what you gonna say to me? You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm talking about. But let me apologize. I don't want to say one person. I don't want to pull a person out. So I said a name earlier. I don't want to pull that person out. But you start looking at it when you analyze it, you say, yeah, that's true. How many black men that come in and say we're not hiring? They big up companies, and you go into companies, they ain't got no black people working for them. They black, they grew up in the hood, they successful, but they don't have no black people working for them in the company. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because we don't listen. How do we expect the white man to value us if we don't value ourselves? So then, when we come up to the door and ring the wrong doorbell, their first impression is to shoot. Why isn't our first impression outrage? Why are we not outraged? Good morning, Toby. Somebody get me out of the road because I'm telling you, listen, I'll say something crazy this morning. I'm telling you right this. I see it all the time. I will say something crazy. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Because I know what I'm talking about. I've seen it too many times. I've seen us play ourselves too many times. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I've seen it too many. Toby, come on, help me out. I've seen it too many times. I've seen us do the dance too many times. Toby, God showed it to me. You know why he showed it to me? Good morning, Toby. I'm on a one this morning. That little boy, that man shooting that little boy pissed me off.
Wait, I'm lost.
You just got it.
Shooting a little boy.
Yeah. So the story is about Ralph, y'all, 16-year-old boy, walking in and knocking on the wrong door, and the white man in Kansas City shot him through the door first, walked outside, and then shot him again. And the boy was just ringing the bell, and he had rung the wrong doorbell looking for his kids. That's the premise of the story. But
wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy story. Of course, the news is not telling the story. We had to figure it out ourselves. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying to you is we are lost. We have lost our minds as a people. We lost our goddamn mind because we're sitting there and we are taking this shit. And we're not saying, yo, man, let me stop for a second and think about it holistically. We think about what's happening. There used to be a time, shout to the nation of gods and earth. At least they thought, whether I agree entirely with the doctrine or not, I respect. That's why I repeat their doctrine every day in the morning, knowledge of self, because I say at least they were spending time trying to think through the process. We don't think. We don't think. We're not using our minds. Oh, Main Street, they're not. It's on the back page. I had to go to the back page of CNN to get that. It's on the back page.
Back page. Oh, okay.
They hiding that.
Okay.
They hide that. They hide that.
You had me lost for a second.
Yeah. They had to go to the back page. No, I knew the story, but it's a big story, but they don't want to share the story because it wasn't a 14-year-old white girl. The man would have shot a 14-year-old white girl. The whole story would have been on fire. The whole world would have been on fire.
I'm just so tired of the disrespect, please. I mean, good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good morning, Toby.
You know, yesterday I drove up to Bolting Landing to go pick up some medical students that was there for the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a 3.5-hour drive up there. 4 hours to come back. I dropped one by Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yankees just let out. I'm in this big bus. It would have took me an hour to go down and come back because of the crowd and the cars. I could have just bust a quick U-turn right there. Police officer told me to bust a quick U-turn right there while he got it empty.
Yeah.
But no, a traffic agent standing in the middle of the street come up to me banging on the bus. What are you doing? What are you doing? You see me? You see me? You got to respect me. You got to respect me.
Was it a black or white traffic agent?
No, he was Indian.
Oh, even worse. Come on. Even worse. Because now they not only have trained the white man not to respect the black man in this country, but they've also trained the foreigners to come to the country and not respect black people. There you go. There you go. Wow, you just spoke about it. Wow.
I'm so tired of the disrespect. I wanted to get out that bus, but I could not because I had these kids on the bus. But everywhere I go, my whole paycheck was swiped off of me from a card that I got through my company, through my payroll.
Right.
My paycheck was signed up for 19th, got paid on the 24th, and my check was emptied out on the 27th. And when I call Vault, all I get is, "Good morning, sir. How are you doing today?" I still haven't gotten my money back yet.
Again, speaking of that, talk about workforce. I'm working in a situation. We're having a conversation about the workforce. And I'm working with this company about creating workforce for African-American kids in our community as opposed to jail cells. And it's the same situation. They've outsourced it to India, China, and all these different places to the point where they're just doing all the customer service and all of the technical work where we're not even prepared to do the work. And hence, therefore, again, we've lost our exceptionalism because this person don't care nothing about you. She's just there as a shill on the phone to tell you what happened to you, and you don't have any personalized service. So why would she respect you? She don't know you. She don't care about you, and she don't care about the people. Check this out. Let me help you out here. She don't care about the people, black or white. Black or white. She don't care about them. Yeah. Let me just, she don't care about black or white because they don't care about America. America to these foreigners is something to use and take the money back home. Build here, build their culture here, and take the money back home. And these stupid ass people in America, these not so smart people, think they're so smart, right? They don't get what's happening here, that their country's being used to build up other countries. Sometimes, you get mad at Donald Trump, but let me tell you something. I'm not that mad at Donald Trump today. I'm telling you right now, because what he's saying is the truth. They're using this country to build up their own countries, to leave the country now broke. Listen, the money's messed up in America, and y'all sitting back watching it. Y'all sitting back watching it, not saying nothing because you're not utilizing your greatest resource. Black Americans are your greatest resource. We're the most resilient people. We can take the most, and we have gotten to the point where they've beaten us down so much that we hate ourselves to the point where we love that guy so much. Like I watch a guy, a millionaire, a black brother that I play golf with, nice guy, Jamaican man, millionaire. when it comes to black people, he is so disrespectful. But when it comes to any white, the man could be a refrigerator repairman, a heating agent, or a janitor. He'll be on his belly showing the guy his come on, showing him his stock portfolios and all this other bullshit. At the end of the day, we have to learn to love ourselves. Trust me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not even mad at that conversation. Even though I'm not going to vote for Trump, but at the end of the day, I know what he's playing a tune. He's playing a tune that makes sense. He's going to get black people. Black people will vote for him because black people are tired of this. Black men are tired of our women out here disrespecting us. They are tired of this weird. And let me tell you something. I'm going in the road here, but they're tired of us dealing with this weird trans conversation. Because listen, you can do whatever you want to do and be who you want to be in this world, but leave the children out of it. Let the children grow up to do what they're going to do. Why are you got the children involved with this nonsense? Exactly. And listen, if you can call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but why do I have to call you that? I don't want to deal with that. They've gotten to the point now where they've got trans women competing against women. I watched this video where this trans woman was fighting a UFC fight against a natural woman, and the trans woman beat the crap. It would look like domestic violence. He beat the crap out of this little lady, and then then they said, "How do you feel about it?" He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is going to be crazy." I'm like, "What are we doing? Have we lost our minds?" We have literally lost our minds. And it's you educators and you liberal white people and you liberal white women that are sitting back and not standing up for this, saying, no, that ain't right. No, baby, you can feel how you want to feel. That's fine. We're going to love you no matter how you feel, but we're not going to give you an operation to block your hormones at 10 years old. You're not going to do that. We're not going to give you a hormone blocking operation. Not at 10 years old. No, when you get older and you can't even drink. You can't have a drink until you're 21 years old. So you can make a decision you can decide whether or not you want to have hormone replacement therapy at 10 years old, and you can't even have a drink of alcohol till you're 21. What are we talking about? Have we went crazy? We went crazy. We went crazy. I talk to people now that say, well, we have a policy. We can't even explain why this is what it is. We have a policy. We can't explain what it is. No, we have gone crazy. And now as our white brothers and sisters, they're losing their sons to this movement, right? They're looking to black men to go, well, at least the black men will fight. They'll go to jail. At least they'll shoot something. They'll shoot each other. They'll shoot each other. Of course, we don't know what those hormones do. But listen, it's a child. Hello, it's a child.
Yeah.
All right, it's a child.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's a child. At the end of the day, it's a child. Come on now, let's stop. Let's just stop.
You out of the road now?
Yeah. It's a child.
Oh, okay.
Can we stop? I don't care. Listen, kick me out of any organization. I don't care. I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on what I believe. I'm a believer of what I believe in. At the end of the day.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't care. No doubt. I roll this thing by myself. I've always been an outlier in this stuff, and I'm not playing games. Always protect the children, even from themselves. Always protect the children, even from themselves. When they get old enough, okay, cool. You can, that's how you feel. Okay, great. But protect the children even from themselves because they're not old enough. They're not finished cooking yet. So they can't make those decisions as a child. Not as no picnic. You can't make those decisions as a child. And it really bothers me to see that. That's why I love my own platform. Nobody got to answer to me. I ain't got to say nothing to nobody. And at the end of the day.
Oh, yes, you do.
Well,
you got to answer to April for something you just said a minute ago. And I'm about to clean it up for you.
What did I say?
You said men are tired of women for something. I said, I was going to say, Women are tired of men for the dumb shit that they do too.
Oh, but okay, you're right. You're right. Happy birthday, April. By the way, first and foremost, and it's not to April, so I don't have to clean it up for April, but let me clean it up for the women. Let me clean it up for women. All right. Yes, men are screwing up too, big time. And inherently, the problem with that is that, the men are not being raised by families since 1965. You got 3 generations of mama's babies. They're growing up without the balance of the mother and father in their lives. The one thing the other cultures are doing, they're raising their kids as a family. The Spanish cultures are raising their kids as a family. The Asian cultures are raising their kids as a family. The Indian cultures are raising their kids. The Arab cultures are raising their kids as a family. African American culture have stopped raising their children as a family. Hence, you don't have the balance of the mother and father. I understand that. I'm not saying one person. This is not to one person. The balance is gone. They took the check instead of the man. Yeah, well, they did. And it's now backfired on us. Because Lil Ray Ray, at this point, is confused. Lil Ray Ray is confused. But he has man strength without the balance of a man's thought process. I see it. I got sons. Sometimes you got to autocorrect your sons.
Do a lot of negative things instead of doing something positive.
Exactly. And the balance, as great as a mother is, let me say something. There's nothing like a mother. Mother is the most beautiful thing on this planet. Nothing like a mother. She is earth, right? Mother is earth. She is everything to you, but she is not everything. There is no earth without the sun. Father is the sun and mother is the earth. The father is shining on mother and mother is growing and building. But she needs that from the father. I don't care what nobody say. It is a parity relationship. The father is the sun, the mother is the earth. And the earth is there to blossom and build and also make our children great and feed them. But if you're not getting the right vitamins from the sun, what are you feeding these boys? And unfortunately, our women got to do what they got to do. But this is a byproduct. You see what's happening in this society. 2 million kids in jail. 2 million black men in jail. The reading level of our African-American kids below 30% across the country. You tell me when the data tells you it's what it is. It has caught. It's the one thing that was different. In 1965, when Martin Luther, I told you about Abernathy. You wasn't here. I talked about Robert Abernathy this morning. Abernathy this morning was right-hand man next to. But guess who was there on the front lines? Yes, women were there. But on the front lines of the civil rights movement, there were men. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, Robert Abbott, Jim Brown. All these men were up there because their purpose was to fight this fight and die for our women and our families. That was their purpose. To go out there and die for our families. Unfortunately, our men have failed and they're not there to be the shield and protector for our women. It's not money. It's the protection of our families. That's what's happening this morning. So when you don't think that little black boy got protection, why not put your foot on his neck? Why not shoot him coming out? Because ain't nobody coming to get you. Black men are the safe. You know who's safe around black women? White girls. Black men are the safest men. You put a black man around a white woman, it's almost like he's walking around with fine china. You know why he's doing that? Because he don't want to hurt that woman, because he know that if he make a mistake and just fall near that little girl and cause dirt on her shoes, he might get hung up in the tree. They might kill his ass. Was there any trans? No, we don't use that word. Listen, one thing we don't do in the trans community, we don't disparage people for their decisions on who they want to be, because that's who you want to be as an adult. You can be who you want to be. I don't have any problems with the trans community. Just do what you want to do. Just leave the children out of it. That's all. Leave the children out of it. Call yourself what you want to call yourself. Identify with who you want to identify with. That's not my business. I don't care about that. Just leave the children out of it. Let them get old enough to make their decisions. And then when they want to go that way, they can go that way. That's all.
Yeah. One of them already fully transformed already. I'm not even going to say no names.
They kicked you out because you're going too far. Listen, we don't have any issues with that. But leaders are sacrificed. We definitely need leadership. Yeah, we have. Well, listen, because we're compromised again. We have leadership out there, but it's failed leadership. It is leadership that has been compromised. So we can't even speak to the African American situation in this country without aligning it with some other people. We have to align listen, as righteous and as right as the LGBT issues are, they have very, very, the LGBT issues in America are very just. They were treated so poorly. The gay community, they had to hide in the rambles and all kinds of stuff. It's a subculture. They were doing what they had to do, right, to survive. They were treated bad, mistreated. They were attacked. All the stuff that was happening, yeah, it is so true. They really disparaged and treated the gay and lesbian, that community very bad. And it was terrible. And absolutely, we should all stand up for people that are being oppressed. We should always stand up for the oppressed. But the African American story and the LGBT story are two entirely different stories, two entirely different fights. It would be akin to African Americans fighting and saying that our fight is the same fight as the Jewish fight. It is not the same fight. It's a fight, but it's not the same. Our fight is not the same fight as the Japanese fight, the way they were treated in concentration camps in this country during World War II, or the American Indian fight. It's different fights. Stop lining our fight up with everybody else's fight and treat the African American fight exactly for what it is. It is an oppressed, enslaved people and the byproduct of that oppression and that enslavement that we are dealing with today. That's what we're dealing with. Whew. Don't play with me.
Preach.
Don't play with me this morning. I'm not playing this morning. I'm dead serious. And I'm not afraid to speak to it. I don't care. Listen, on the 21st of April, I'll be 57 years old. Fuck, I'm going. At the end of the day, I will speak to it until I'm gone, because when the day comes, when the day comes that y'all say goodbye to ladies, y'all gonna say that man spoke the truth as he saw it. And he was unapologetic about speaking his truth. He spoke his truth. That man spoke his truth. He was unapologetic about it. And I'm telling you right now, if we don't stop and be accountable to our children and be accountable to our community, then they can walk up and shoot our little boys for knocking on the door, and we won't do anything about it. Toby Hicks.
Wow. Shot first, then open the door and shot again.
Shot again, yeah. Because that is a mindset. You understand me? That is a mindset that's in our community. We got to love ourselves first. We have to love ourselves first. We can't because we've been psychologically damaged, so we can't love ourselves first. We can't see it. How many times have I've talked to people about getting rich, and then I want to do this, but because it wasn't in their they would tell you, well, this is how I did it. Okay, that's cool, but that's your journey. What can I do a journey that's not yours and maybe do something?
Right.
But we cannot see another black man having success outside of our purview. You understand what that means? Good morning, Pastor Cologne. Good morning, Pastor Cologne. We can't see it outside of our purview. We can't see another. It's hard to get 50 Cent and Jay-Z and those guys together and say, hey, let's get together and do something more powerful. Imagine if you would get Master P, Jay-Z, Puffy, Baby, 50 Cent, Jay Prince, and those guys all together. The amount of power. What a day that would be. Will we all get to heaven? What a day that would be if we all got together and said, we are way more powerful than you. And we can put together this power committee, this committee, and we're going to make sure all of us eat. Somebody does that now. Somebody does that. There's a group of people out there that does that said, we're going to make sure everybody is good. And we're going to empower every one of us. And then we're going to take that power and go and change the world. Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we did that.
Speak it into existence, ladies.
Imagine if we did that. These powerful people that are on their own islands. Imagine if we had all these different coalitions that got together and said, no. Let's sit in a closed room, not on Instagram, and sit in a room, the Action Network, the NAACP, OSG, BU, and sit in a room and sit there and say, how are we going to change the lives of our community? And how are we going to change the processes that are creating dysfunction in our community? So that we can respect a black man from Liberia when he knocks on the door and says, oh, my fault, sir. Hey, are you okay? Did you hit the wrong number by accident? Yes, I did. I apologize, sir. I was looking for my brothers. Hey, go on, have a good day because I respect you and your people. Come on now. Y'all don't hear me.
We hear you, brother. Man.
All right, anyway.
Sad day.
Yeah. All right. That's enough for me today. Listen, I love y'all, man. Thank you for listening to my morning rant. I am, Toby. I was so pissed off when I got this story. Thank you, Tanya, for at least showing me for talking to this morning, coming in this morning. I'm telling you, man, I was pissed off, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But at the end of the day, we keep playing these games and we keep changing based on whoever it is. No, it ain't. Listen, we have the tools to do the job. We got the tools to do the job. All we got to do is do it. We have the tools. We are equipped. Just get out of our own way, okay? This your boy Uncle Ace in the Raw Perspective. Shout out to my OSG family. Shout out to my MOP First family. And listen, if I named somebody or said somebody's name today or anybody, whether you're famous or not famous, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody. I'm just trying to make a point. And if I'm using it, it's just in comparison or it's just in sort of as a name in a conversation. I'm not trying to make attack anybody directly. All right. You guys have a great day. Toby Hicks, have a great day, my brother. All right, brother. Yeah.
Comes 10 years after the finish line.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. And again, like I said, don't take the words I say too seriously, but take them real serious. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Grown Folk Tuesday tomorrow. Pray for Robert Yar, that poor boy. And let's hope that man that shot him gets his justice, okay? Have a great day, everybody. Take care.